Hello and welcome to the review of Manchester United away at Stamford Bridge, playing Chelsea. We've just been beaten narrowly 1-0 through a Hazard goal. Now it was a tight game, like a lot of people thought it probably would be, and just the one chance Chelsea really got has been taken well by Hazard there, and they've nicked the game. I mean, we've played some decent stuff today again. And it's a shame that we've come away with nothing. How do you see this game went, Joey? I mean, for most, I mean, we've had pretty much all the possession in this game, but haven't really made Chelsea's goalkeeper work quite enough in this game. I mean, obviously injuries maybe haven't helped this game, but we're about unlucky not to come away with anything from this game, aren't we?
Yeah, I thought a 0-0 draw would have been absolutely fair because, we knew this was going to happen. Zuma in midfield, and then it was confirmed. They're going to park the bus, play defensive. Fabregas is the number 10, And it was unfortunate that, we lost the game because, if you want to go by stats, we, blew them out the water with, over 70% possession and things like that. But we just didn't test Courtois enough. Having Falcao up top really hurt us, to be honest. You can say that we didn't create chances for him, but you can also say that his movement was shit. He didn't work hard enough, I don't think. Could he be guilty for, the goal? Possibly. He got shrugged off the ball pretty easily, went down, wanted the foul, didn't get it, and then they get the goal through Hazard. But, we can sit here and we can talk about it, but we know what Mourinho does. It wins trophies, It's just, I'm glad he's not Manchester United's manager because, like Sir Alex, he thought, I have a job to entertain as well as win. And, that's what fans want to see, good football. They don't want to see this, defensive, less than, whatever percent possession, 1-0, boring result, Imagine, you save up money to go to the game and you have to watch that shit. I'd be pissed. But, fair play to them. I can sit here and be, miserable all I want because obviously I am. I'm upset that we lost, but I'm proud, and I think there are some positives. I thought Luke Shaw was awesome today. He got up and down for not playing in some time. His vision was pretty damn good today. A couple, crosses were all right. They weren't, the best, but, yeah, I thought Luke Shaw was good for us today, and Paddy McNair as well was good. I was a little nervous about him, but, he proved me wrong. I thought Valencia did a pretty damn good job on Hazard, minus the goal, which you really can't fault him. He's not really in a good position to defend when you give away the ball right there. So, yeah, I mean, they did what, what has to be done against us. If you take Fellaini out of the equation, which they did, we kind of struggled a little bit. It was almost like having a waste of a player out there. I would have switched it up earlier, did something different, maybe put Di Maria centrally or brought Mata centrally because I thought Mata was really quiet this game. But there was opportunities to beat them today. I thought Rooney could have took a touch, and put it on his right foot in the first 4 minutes. But, that's football. You can't win them all. But I am proud of the boys. Looking at the run we had, Liverpool at Anfield, tough game, and we went there and we won. We beat City at home. We did all right. Chelsea's going to be the champion, so we can play. We can hold our we can hold our heads high with this performance, and the result wasn't flattering towards them, but it is what it is.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we can be really proud that we've gone to Stamford Bridge and stopped them to only really one chance in this game. I mean, that was only really all Chelsea done. I mean, obviously Hazard's been a brilliant player this season, and it's most likely going to be the PFA Player of the Year. So definitely matched them as far as the play go. I mean, we've had all the play pretty much in this game, and as you said, they're going to be the champions. So if we improve this squad slightly going into next season, then we could definitely challenge for the title. Are you overall pleased, Sati, with the performance today? I mean, I know we haven't got a result in this game, but we've been on a great run, and the amount of points that we've picked up lately, we would have been pleased with this. And I would have definitely taken a draw before the game, and I think probably a draw was probably the fair result. So overall, are you pretty happy? I mean, we're going to now most likely finish in the top four. So. And that was the overall aim of the season. So overall, the fact that we played so well gives us great confidence, doesn't it, going into next season?
Yeah, I thought, the performance today was very good. I thought we could have scored a couple of goals today. We had a couple of chances. There were, especially from Rooney, there was a couple of chances for him. But like Joey said, Falcao was our main downfall today. I thought if it was Rooney up top or even Van Persie, if he was fit, I thought them two could have done a better job. But Falcao, his movement, whenever he had the ball, he was getting shrugged off against Gary Cahill and John Terry. And for me, if you're going to be a world-class striker, you've got to do something against them two. They're not the best, but you could do better than them. And I just thought we weren't very good at a dominant wide possession. Every stat went in our favour except for the scoreline. That's the one that matters. And today, Luven and Howell go away thinking, we played very good football, but we just weren't, cutting them open as we did against City and Liverpool and Spurs. I thought that was something missing, and all for the changes that, I think it was 70 minutes gone. Luven brought in Di Maria and Januzaj. I thought that could have been done a bit earlier. I thought, Di Maria didn't really get much into the game, and Januzaj was poor again. It's just something missing. I think Shaw was excellent. I think he was my man of the match for definitely. Shaw was absolutely great. Second half, especially going down the left hand side, and he was getting past Ivanovic like he weren't even there. So yeah, it was a good performance, but it's just a letdown that we didn't get away from Stamford Bridge, and it would have been a positive.
Yeah, definitely. It's a real shame to see that Falcao has gone this way. I mean, before he was amazing against Chelsea, as we saw a few years ago, scoring that hat-trick, making them look really bad at the back. And now we're seeing him today, and he just wasn't at it. I mean, he looks worse than any of our other strikers. I mean, we'd probably have been better off giving James Wilson a chance up front, I think, than playing Falcao today. I don't know where James Wilson is, but as you touched there at Januzaj, I'm starting to think that he should possibly go out on loan or something, because he's not hacking it this season at all, is he? I mean, he's been very poor. Luke Shaw today, I thought was a lot better than we've seen in previous outings. I know he hasn't played a lot lately, and Paddy McNair was also decent today, considering he hasn't played a lot lately. I mean, I don't know who your man of the match was, Joey. I mean, we've had some decent performances there from a couple of them youngsters. Luke Shaw's obviously come under some criticism because of his fitness and that this season, and hasn't played a great deal. But Paddy McNair again was great, slotting in considering he hasn't played a lot lately. I mean, do you think he could maybe do a job for us going into next season, and maybe only need sort of one centre half now? I mean, I know we need to still improve this team.
No, I think he should go out on loan or be third or fourth choice. He did a good job today, but can he do it over a season consistently? We don't know that, and I think that we need some, Hummels, Laporta, we need some quality center backs. And that's not to say take anything away from McNair. He could turn into one, but I think he should go out on loan next season. Same thing with Januzaj. He hasn't been able to come in his second year and improve on his first. And, it happens sometimes, sophomore slump. He hasn't been able to impact the games. But man of the match is obviously, for me, I mean, there's Luke Shaw. I mean, like I said, nobody today played absolutely terrible. And, look, we're missing 4 first-team starters. Blind was our left back. Rojo can play left back, too. Carrick, who's probably our most important player. We have a 75% win percentage when he's in the team. So to go to the Bridge, dominate the game. Unfortunately, we didn't get the win, and we only lost 1-0, and it's not like they blew us out of the water. We played the better of the teams. So I don't understand how people are upset and can say it's not good enough. The only thing that's not good enough is that we don't have quality, backups in every position. That's the only thing that's not good enough, and you don't think that that's going to be addressed in the summer? Magic de Jong would have been perfect for today. Come in, do a job, let Herrera play box-to-box, keep Rooney up top, because that could have made a big, big, big difference, I think. So I'm not disappointed, and if you're disappointed, you need to be more of a realist and not have these crazy expectations that that Louis van Gaal did something wrong today. It is what it is. And the thing on Fellaini, Fellaini had one bad game. We didn't even have a bad game. He had a quiet game, we'll say. He wasn't as good defensively either. But in this run of games, he has been fantastic. Everybody just sits there and waits for it and waits for it and waits for it. Waits for that one performance where they're not going to play too well. And then they can't wait to get on there and say, I told you so, I told you so, I told you so. And that's horse shit, man. Like, it doesn't mean that, the next game Fellaini isn't going to come out and score another goal or two, and then they'll be back going, well, he can't do this and he can't do that. You know what I mean? Just back the fucking players. Support them. It's just frustrating, when people get on certain players' backs.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he was quiet today, but I still think he's been in fantastic form for us, especially of late.
He offers something different, you know what I mean? Like, today, they had to game plan to put Zuma in midfield against him, and those two kind of canceled each other out. It was just unfortunate we couldn't capitalize on the space because Zuma was following Fellaini all over the pitch. If Fellaini would have drug him out wide, which he did, that would have opened up more space in the middle. Say Rooney's up top. Rooney's making those runs that Falcao just wasn't doing today. You know what I mean? Like, Fellaini can offer another dimension. And in Europe, I was thinking about this, in Europe, say we're playing a Real Madrid. They're playing with Luka Modric and fucking Toni Kroos in midfield. Do you think those two want to mark Fellaini? Fuck no. And that means you're going to have to take one of the center backs and have him play a little further up and mark him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can do a job. And he can do a job on all levels, not just at the Premier League level. So...
Yeah, definitely. I think he should definitely stay for next season. And as you said with Rooney, I really think that Rooney should have played up front. I mean, obviously with the injuries that we've had, it wasn't to be. I know you, Sati, said that you'd like to see Wayne Rooney start up front. Do you think this was one of our problems today? I mean, Wayne Rooney did have that early chance in the first few minutes where I thought he maybe could have scored. I mean, he was in a lot of space. It wasn't an easy chance, but he could have had a goal. I mean, he still worked hard, but he's definitely a lot better further forward, isn't he? I mean, I just don't think that Falcao's cutting it at all. I mean, obviously Van Persie couldn't play today because he's only just gone back from injury. But I'd sooner see him up front, wouldn't you, rather than Falcao. He's just really not cutting it up front, and that's what we really lacked up front today. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I think Falcao. He's got a great reputation all across Europe. Everyone rates him, but he's just not cut in the Premier League. And maybe he isn't cut out for the Premier League. We'll never know. But the fact that he may go up to Real Madrid, Barcelona, and he'll probably go there full of confidence and get a couple of goals, get 20, 30 goals a season, and everyone will be saying, "Oh, Man United ruined him." He wasn't performing under Van Gaal because he's, all these pundits will get onto Van Gaal's back if Falcao does well. But it's not the fact that; it's the fact of which system he plays in. I think Falcao is a better player when he plays up top on his own. That we've seen today, he wasn't at his best because you can't go into a game against Chelsea, potential champions, and perform at your best when you haven't played for about a couple of months. So obviously he's going to be out of shape and out of form. But it's just something lacking from him, and obviously, like I said, Rooney today up front would have been the key. I thought if Rooney was up front and Carrick was in centre defensive midfield, we would have won the game, and that's without a doubt, because that's what we were missing, clinical finishing. And when Falcao at the post, I was thinking, if that was on Persie, he would have slotted that away, or Rooney, he would have finished it easily. So it's not going for him, and I think he will leave at the end of the season. Van Gaal won't want to keep him. And it's something's missing from our play again today. It was as if there was a hole, and I think that hole was Michael Carrick, because he has been absolutely amazing these last 4 games against City, Tottenham, and Liverpool. He was literally the key. And again, I thought also Blind was a missed as well, the left back, because Luke had a wonderful game. But I thought Blind was missed in our team, because when you see the left hand side of Man United, it was Young, Fellaini, and Blind, the triangle passing. It was normally Blind to Fellaini, and he'll flick it on for Young, and he'll run down that channel. That's what we missed. I thought Shaw could have provided that, but Blind's been key, and Carrick, and that's what I mean. If we had them two, we definitely would have won. And that's about it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Rooney's been so much better up front than Falcao of lately. I mean, he's started to score a lot more goals from when he was playing a lot more deeper earlier on in the season. I don't know where we go from here. I mean, we'll probably have to bring in at least one more striker in the summer because obviously Falcao is going to go, and there's still question marks over Robin van Persie's form and fitness. I don't know where you see us going from here, Joey. I mean, we've still got some games coming up, but I mean, we've just got to move on from this game. I mean, these defeats can happen, and I mean. But a couple of games ago, even before the game, people were all up saying we could still win the league, and now people are getting a bit down. I mean, obviously you're only ever as good as your last result. as they say. But moving ahead, we could still finish the season in third position, which is where I think we'll probably finish. And I think that would be a good season, wouldn't it? I mean, we've got a few difficult games going, but
Chelsea are going to beat Arsenal next week. I told you, I said this weeks ago, that Arsenal United game will be for second place at the end of the season. I guarantee it. Look, it was mathematically possible before this game. We could have beaten them. If Rooney puts that goal in the first 4 minutes, ifs, I hate the ifs. It could have been a whole different game. So it was possible. Now it's still mathematically possible, but it's not happening. You know what I mean? It's not happening. But here, we went to the bridge with 4 key injuries and played well, so I can't be mad. Some reinforcements in the summer, and I have no doubts that we'll be dead. It'll be us and Chelsea next year, and probably Arsenal and City. It's going to be a very entertaining Premier League next season. I believe that it's going to be, those teams challenging for the title, and it's going to come down to the last day or the last couple of games. But touching on Falcao again, I just think it's his body. His body isn't right, and it's just not where it needs to be for his level. And I think his mind is kind of suffering from that too, because he's starting to doubt himself. Well, not starting to. He has been. So, and then you read the papers about him and things like that, and it just adds on. But I think it starts with his body. It's not right, and then he starts to doubt himself. His head starts to go, and then you throw in the papers and the media and the pressure and the money and things like that, and it's just not working out for him.
No, it's definitely not. Do you think we should still stick with Robin van Persie for next season? Because obviously if Falcao goes, we're going to need at least 3 or 4 decent strikers, and although he's not always fit, it's better to keep him because he's still got his fair share of goals this season. And with a couple of injuries, it'd be...
He got his goals, but I don't think we need as many strikers as 4, because it'll be interesting. I don't think we need it because obviously we're going to be playing 4-3-3 next season. You only need 1 striker, and Wayne Rooney has had a pretty damn good season health-wise, knock on wood. So I think Rooney should be the main man next season. Van Persie will still be in the team, I think. I think Van Persie, while he's had his injuries this season, he's not coming off a major knee injury like Falcao, and he doesn't cost that much, and he's already on the books. Keep Van Persie. I personally like Van Persie a lot. I want to see how he does in this new system. If he was fit, I would play him next week and drop Rooney back to the number 10, to Fellaini's role. I would go there doing something different than what we have been. But, that's looking at it now. I think the main thing is we just need to get healthy for the rest of the season. But as transfer market goes, I think strikers should be about 3rd or 4th, maybe even 4th or 5th most, on the list. I think the first thing is a central midfielder, a right back, a center back, obviously, and then you can worry about a winger, and then you can worry about a striker. But with Depay almost certain to come in, and now Hummels probably too with Klopp leaving, and I know we're getting to some transfer talk, but I think today showed that we really need a replacement for Michael Carrick. Is it going to be Daley Blind? I don't know. He could do it. He needs to learn a little bit better within the league and get used to it a little more and settle into the league. Or does Van Gaal go out and dip into the market and look for that that Michael Carrick that we're going to need him, because I don't know how much longer he's going to play.
Yeah, definitely. I think we need maybe sort of 2 or 3 players at least to come in, maybe 4 or 5, just to improve the overall squad, and maybe a couple of certain starters in the team, especially at centre back, and that to really push us on, to give us a chance for next season to at least make a good fight of it. I mean, obviously you never know if you're going to win the title, but at least make a good fight for it. I don't know, Sati, if you've got anything else you want to add on the game. I mean, overall the performance was probably the main positive from the game. I mean, it would have been nice to have got a result out of this game, but with the main aim of qualifying for the Champions League looking almost certain now. I mean, I'm not too down like some fans over the result. I mean, but overall it was a good performance. So you got anything else to add?
Well, I think, just touching back on what you said about Chelsea and the way they played, but if Chelsea fans want to see Jose Mourinho have this style of play where he sits back and parks the bus and don't has any insane in football and wins the league, then by all means, them Chelsea fans can do that. But we were moaning at Louis van Gaal when he wasn't playing good football and we were still getting results. We were all moaning then, and that's what the kind of fans we want. We want entertainment because under Fergie we had that so much. That's what we're used to. We want to have that, and that's why Louis van Gaal's adopted this 4-3-3 system, so we get a team and we get results. Today was just one of them days where it just wasn't for us. But if Chelsea fans are celebrating when the league, yes, everyone celebrates when they're in the league. But if you want to celebrate in that kind of manner, when you literally park the bus against the big boys and just counter it, and it's not really good football, if that's what they want to do, then by all means they can celebrate win the league. But for me, I'd rather see a team play good football from first game to the last game and not be, just grinding out performances. That's what we were doing against Newcastle, not Swansea, but a team Burnley like that. Teams like that, we were doing that and we weren't happy as fans. Everyone was moaning at Louis van Gaal, and he changed his style of play because of it. He's more than a kind of manager that will listen to the fans. Jose Mourinho, he's not bothered about the fans. He just wants success, and it proves it when you're parking the bus against Manchester United and scraping a 1-0 victory. It shows, but for me, I'd rather have the football and results instead of just parking the bus. It's not for me.
Yeah, definitely. Although it is obviously a results business, so a lot of fans just do want the success, and will take the success over that. Joey, have you got anything else you want to add before we finish up?
No, it's just I'm not down like everybody else. I'm glad we didn't record it right after the game because I was just pissed off, but just happy that we're going in the right direction. I think that's evident. I mean, last year we got blown away at the Bridge. What was it? 3-1, 4-1. Eto'o scored a hat trick. So. Fucking grandfather Eto'o scores a hat trick against us to 71% possession and dominated the game. Just couldn't get the final goal. The foundations are there. We'll roll on from this and we'll keep our heads held high. But I think a win at Everton is a must. I don't want to go back-to-back losses or a draw next week. I think we got to beat Everton because they're not that good of a team. And we lost there last season. Their fans really took the piss out of us, with the David Moyes shit. So I'd really like to lay 3, 4, 5 goals on them next week.
Yeah, definitely. Do you want to just tell everyone where to find you on Twitter again?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Joey Tabor. Tweet me. I'm always down. I always follow back if I, unless you chat shit, then you're getting, unfollowed. So, but I'm an approachable guy.
Yeah.
No, just people leave some comments in below. I want to hear what people think.
Yeah.
I want to hear the because there's people that wanted Falcao to start against City. You fucking kidding me?
Yeah, definitely. Sati, do you want to just tell everyone again where to find you on Twitter and YouTube?
On Twitter, the United Man _MU, and on YouTube, the United Man. Also, let's say that we are going to take Chelsea's crown back from them next season. We will win the league next season. Yeah, I'll say we could win this season. That's all gone. Next season we will win the league, and that's a sure.
Yeah, hopefully if we get a few more players in, maybe 3 or 4 top quality players in, it should be enough to help us win back the league, hopefully. Anyway, thanks for everyone for watching. Please let us know your thoughts on the game and anything to do with Manchester United. And we'll come back again soon for a preview of the next game against Everton.